guys, my name is Roz. I'm from Complex Simplicity. I'm a fashion designer, and today we're going to be doing food art. So we're going to be doing fashion illustrations, but rather than using pens, pencils, paints, we're actually going to be using fruit to actually give the illusion of outfits on our plates or on paper. So I'll guide you through nice, quick, simple exercises that you can do, that you can try out at home. You're just using whatever fruit or veg you've got around. But what I'll do, I'll start with showing you, just if you can see on the board behind me, just some examples where you can see we've got like really simple fashion illustrations, just using things like strawberries, slices of oranges and lemons. We've got a cucumber that I've made into a skirt there, just to give you an idea of the kind of things you can use and how you can use them. It could be really simple, just like a banana skin there, just to give the illusion of like a trouser. So really quick and simple. It's not about your drawing skills, it's about being creative and just enjoying the process. Obviously it's great when you do have a stack at home. If you can make it that much healthier, then it's going to keep you fueled for longer, and it's going to give you a lot more benefits as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy it. So just enjoy, relax and have fun, and I'm going to take you through the process. So as a designer, obviously I go through the process of doing my design illustrations. So this is just to show you an example how you start with a simple figure and you work your way through until you actually build up an actual outfit. That's almost like a step by step. I don't expect us to do all of that today. I'm going to start and show you how to create just a really basic template. So that you don't have to do this, but if you want to for your first fruit art, your food art, just have a base to work from. All you need really, as you can see from these examples here, if you just map out where your head will be, if you do a straight line and think chest, waist, hips, shoulders, arms, it can literally almost be like a stick drawing, just to give an indication where things are. It might help you while you get started into the process. As I say, you don't have to do that. I'm working on paper so you can see it easily, but you might decide you want to go straight onto your plate or your serving tray so that you're going to eat this afterwards basically. So make sure your surface is nice and clean. We're going to be doing a really nice simple one using strawberries. We're going to really focus on the shape and the texture of the strawberries. So you've now learned how to do just a basic silhouette if you want to. And we're going to be imagining this is going to be a dress. So if you imagine that's across the shoulders, that's going in at the waist. If we get another similar shaped piece, then to accentuate the waist going in, and then imagine this is a short dress we're going to imagine, okay? Again, as I've said, because we don't have to be using, obviously be careful if you ideally don't use pens near your food. I'm showing this just to give you an illusion of something. So because we're trying to avoid using pens and paints, you could decide, I won't put it on there, well, I'll do this, but don't do this and then eat it. But basically, a strawberry could literally represent the head, okay? Again, look at the textures as well, kind of look at the details on there, because they could be like patterns on a fabric. So again, you might decide that that's actually part of like a really, I don't know, like a platform boot, for example, or platform shoe there. And again, you can decide, you might decide you want to actually mix a few items in. So imagine if that was like really exaggerated shoulder or sleeve feature, almost like similar to what I'm wearing, how that's coming out there. This could be like a really exaggerated version if it was in a fashion show. So again, really simple shapes, focusing on the textures, just using different fruits when you get more confident to combine them and again, create different illusions. So that's a nice simple one for you to try. Right, so if we now look, just remember all parts of the fruit or veg that you use can be used as well. So obviously eat the edible parts, but just again to kind of really make use of all the materials you've got to hand. Then you can use, so for instance, I've peeled the skin of this carrot and I'm going to use that. So to me, I'm kind of looking at the cut pieces and instantly, because of the way I'm thinking creatively, that could be like a striped trouser. Or, just as an example, I'll show you on the same image, that could represent a leg. Even if it's not the right colour, It's just giving, again, that illusion of a fashion illustration, of a fashion design. Going for the top half, you might decide you want to use something else. You might want to use, I don't know, like a part of the apple, just as an example. Using it either way, that could represent like folds of fabric. Depending, if they was cut smaller in particular, that could literally almost like be like pleated fabric, or the folds of a fabric that's created into a jacket, just again as an example. So again, you're just building it, you're being creative, you're mixing different fruit, different veg, just to give the illusion. And again, the carrots might then represent like the arms. And again, you can see that that still loosely looks like a human figure, but you're looking more at the fashion element. You're thinking of the clothes that this could be representing. Just again, as you've seen with those examples, you're creating that in your own way. Right, so now you've got to grips with the basics, let's start getting a bit more detail, a bit more adventurous, a bit more creative with our designs and with what we're using as well. Because remember, it's trying different foods as well, you know, kind of rather than just going for sweets or crisps, it's trying to think of healthier options that are going to keep you fuller for longer and kind of be really beneficial to you, as well as looking great in these fashion designs. So I've got some kale here. You might want to use lettuce, you might want to use something else, you know, kind of green or something similar with an interesting texture, great colour. So I'm thinking, as a designer, I'm thinking this could definitely look like the ruffles of a skirt. So if we imagine it's like an evening, really posh evening event, and there's like a really detailed, flamboyant dress or skirt. So we're building up this really interesting layer. As I say, the more time you've got, the more time you've got to spend to build up these designs. So they're really creative. But I'm going to take a handful, and hopefully you can see how I'm building these layers. And I'm imagining this as a really full skirt or dress with loads of volume, loads of textures. If that was a fabric, then it might be light layers of fabric built up, so there's creating this really big volume. So I'm going to keep going, because this is almost, as I say, the bottom half of this outfit. I'm going to focus on the bottom half first, and then we can decide what we could use for the top half to make it really interesting. So again, just kind of almost imagine, kind of take yourself, escape away, imagine an event, imagine a location. Think it might be your favourite pop star or movie star when they're going to a premiere. What would you like them to be wearing? This is what you're creating. So that's like the lower half, the skirt there. And then we can decide for the top, what can they wear? I'm looking at perhaps the kiwi, because again, the colours, the textures, we've got this really flamboyant bottom half. We could go for something quite structured at the top, but again, it's got the interest with the design of the kiwi. When you cut that, you can see something there. Again, we used the carrot skins earlier, didn't we, to kind of represent the arms. So again, we might want to introduce that. It's building a different texture, it's doing a different colour, it's adding interest to it. And again, maybe you might decide even within that top half of that, you've got the strawberry there, again with that gorgeous texture, the gorgeous colours to complement that. So again, you're just building up this complete illusion. And even again with the shoes, you might decide that's kind of like the heel of a shoe, the heel of a shoe. And again, if we were doing it for like an event like that, you know, like for a mood board like I've created there, then you'd just be drawing in these details to just to show that is a figure. But again, ideally, stay away from the pens, stay away from the pencils, keep to the food so you can eat this after, enjoy it after, but please take photos first. So get creative and just enjoy the process. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you've had fun. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope, please remember, take some photos, share them with us so we can share them online if you'd like us to. I'd love to see your creations. And as I say, the beauty is that when you've taken your photographs, when you've finished it, then you can actually enjoy them as well. So stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks again.